Okay, so at the top row, you'll see bilabial, labiodental, dental, alveolar, postal alveolar, retroflex, palatal, velar, uvular, pharyngeal, and glottal. Oh, sorry.
Your screen is not on.
Yes. Okay, are you able to see it now? Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. So across the top is bilabial, which is the speech sounds made with the lips. So p, b, they're both made using the lips. Labial dental is combining sound with the teeth and lips. So f, fa, fa, va, like V. Dental is with the tongue placed in between the two rows of teeth. So those are harder to hear. Alveolar is the little ridge. If you feel with your tongue right behind your teeth is where the alveolar ridge is. And then it progressively goes backwards on the roof of the mouth. So postal alveolar is right behind or a little farther back behind the teeth. So that's where the sh sound and the zh sound, which is what I was explaining earlier. Retroflex is in that similar spot, but the sounds made with this articulator is with the curved tongue backwards. So ata, ada are those two sounds. Palatal is even farther back, and there's only one English sound in this articulator. So the J sound represents the Y, so as in yellow, ya, ya. Velar is even farther back. That is where the k sound is created. It's that back part of the roof of the mouth. And then there are no uvular sounds in English. And then there are no pharyngeal sounds. And then there are two glottal sounds. I forgot to mention this. So the H sound is the sound, and the glottal stop is a little confusing to understand at first, but it's in the middle of uh-oh, like that sound is what a glottal stop is. So this is in the word to pray in Hausa, yi adu'a. So that space in between the U and the A at the end, adu'a, is what is created with the glottal stop. And then on the left side, this is the placement, or like how the sound is created. So the stops or plosives are just a quick sound, and the fricative is created when it's a prolonged sound in between the two articulators. Does that clear up the confusion you had, Ibrahim? Is that helpful?
Yes, that's helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that we'll have the recording also to listen all over. It will
Yes.
help me to understand better.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yes, so this is what's called the International Phonetic Alphabet. So every language can be written out using this alphabet. So every symbol has one specific sound, and that's what makes it helpful for transcribing languages. English, however, is not what is called a phonetic language. So many letters have different sounds that are created, and so that can be what's very confusing for second language learners, spelling wise and pronunciation wise. So I will go over one more common mistake, and then that will probably be the end of our time. Okay. Okay, so in Hausa, there is no P, am I correct? P?
Yeah, you are correct. We will call P in Hausa Phi.
Yep, P. So this actually, that just illustrated what I'll be going over. So instead of the P sound, sorry, the sound rather is recognized as the F sound. So this would be realized as F. So if we go back to the chart, you will notice that the P and the F are both using the lips. So this is probably where this confusion begins. So as I was showing with the ch sound and the sh sound, this can create the confusion. So if we were to look at the word pit, so I haven't covered vowels yet, but this is the I sound. This would often be realized as fit. Okay, so plum, do you describe the seed as a pit, like a plum pit? No. Or pit, okay, or like a big hole. Would that be a better, okay, a big hole. So you want to avoid the pit in the road. So that's how that sound or that word would be in a sentence. But if I was a speaker that made this mistake, it would probably sound like you should not fall into the fit in the road. So if you knew the context, it would probably make sense of what you were saying, but still that pronunciation would get in the way of correct communication. And so that would be where that mistake comes in. Does that make any sense? Any questions?
Yeah, it makes sense because if you said don't fall into the fit, I
Mhm.
will think that you are referring to something different.
Yeah, like a fit of upsetness, I don't know. Or rather like, I don't know, yeah. So that is where miscommunication can begin. And then so the next, we can go over probably two more. Sorry, I'm trying to find that one would be helpful. Okay. So am I correct in saying that the V sound is also not found in Hausa? So this sound?
Yes, somehow
Okay.
it will be pronounced B.
Yes, that is
Bishop.
correct. So this is often pronounced as B.
Yeah.
So in Hausa, this is realized as B, but my textbook also says that Yoruba does not have this sound either. And it's realized as F, which is the devoiced counterpart. So F and V, they're made in the same place and with the same articulator in the same mode, but the only difference is the voicing status. So V is voiced, the vocal cords are vibrating, V, and with F, they're not vibrating. So it'd be, and the throat does not vibrate. But Hausa speakers often realize this as B. So instead of saying save, so save. Again, the vowel is not the same as the English spelling. So this is the word save. And it's realized as save, probably. Yeah. Okay. So in a sentence, this would, instead of the correct pronunciation of please save me, it would probably sound like please save me. So yeah, once again, it's a very minor detail, but it's still, it can create some confusion. So like if it sounded like please say me, that's like, are you just asking me to say me, or what's going on, you know? Is this helpful?
And another word is vote. The Hausa will say vote. Vote.
Okay, yeah, vote this weekend.
Yes, we voted.
Yeah.
Vote this.
Yeah, so I don't want to create a very specific homework assignment, but I would like you guys to, well, share this link with your classmates with the chart so they're able to see it as well. And also please let them know that they're able to, so I'm trying to share my screen again. Okay, once again, and it can also look like an animation where they can see, you can see, oh. So this is the articulator chart. So you notice that the bottom lip connects with the teeth here, and you can see that. So you can practice this at home and practice the correct articulators and pronunciation. Okay. Okay, I hope that was helpful. And so, yeah, so this is, you asked what's the best way to learn language the quickest, right, Ibrahim? In one class?
Yeah, I asked that question.
Okay, so that chart was actually my most helpful tool in learning different sounds of different languages. And so it helped me with my pronunciation. So I can, that's not an aspect that I have to worry about when learning like grammar rules, for example. So that chart was very helpful. I'm going to try and get a printed copy for you guys to take notes on. Or I think Dr. Zakayo was going to try and do that, but anyway, so yeah. So next Wednesday, we're going to meet again. So please encourage your classmates to log in on the Zoom at 1 p.m. I will try to be here, be on time. I'm sorry for the confusion of the timing today. I had a meeting that I had forgotten about. So yeah, so next Wednesday, does anyone know what date that is? that the 8th? Yes, so Wednesday, March 8th at 1 p.m. I'll be meeting again.
Yeah.
Okay. I recorded this session and the last, and I can go over the sounds once again that I went over with the English sounds. Sorry, it was a little quick for the second Zoom meeting, but I can go over them again on Wednesday. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you
you.
for
Because
meeting.
when we hear it many times, it will help to stay with us.
Yes. Yeah, over and over again. And if flashcards will be helpful. And I can also write out examples for each sound in English, and that will probably be helpful. Okay. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.
Thank you too for the knowledge you impacted on us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. I hope you guys have a nice weekend.
You too.
Thank you.
Also rejoice and bright. Have a nice weekend.
Yes. All right. Bye.